my own beat now. The only way I do. One light, one mind, flashing in the dark. Blinded by the silence of 1,000 broken hearts. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a bit of a new time today, just because we have loads to go over. Well, we have a little bit to go over, and then I have a podcast tonight, and I wouldn't be able to go over it tonight, so that's why I'm doing it right now. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Yeah, we do have the Star Wars news to go over. However, we have other stuff to go over before then, a lot of which from yesterday, and there is a bit to go over. Oh, no. I'm going to have to poke my screen every 30 seconds. Okay. Let's do this. Metaplanet raises $10 million to purchase more Bitcoin. We have Definity. I guess we'll go over Definity first. Definity already this month has, like, you know how, oh man, it's up 9% today, 10% today to 2.3 cents, 2.33. Still $3.5 million market cap, but that is not fully diluted. Fully diluted, it is a $4 million market cap. And I was really looking to go in and get more. And I still will, but I was hoping to get it like in the 1 cent range. It's looking like it might not happen. We'll see. I'll keep you all posted for it. But Definity has, and again, it's up 10% off of $6,900 in volume. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. So there's not a, God, let's say we do this in, we add a zero to it. Okay, $69,000. Does that increase it 100%? Probably not. But does $69,000 make it so that we do like a 30% gain? Maybe. You pump Definity, someone chase a candle, have a little bit more to buy when it settles. Also, hi. Yeah, like I said, I'll be getting a little bit more, hopefully in the next like day or so. However, that we shall see. It might be a day, it might be in a month from now. I have no idea. But I am waiting for something to happen, and when it does, I will tell y'all. And then we'll do a Definity giveaway. The Definity giveaway will be after I go in and acquire some more. I will tactically acquire it. Anyway, you know how Manu said that, yeah, we do well into the 6 figures each month. And I said, yeah, let's conservatively put it around $250,000 a month added to their P&L. They already did that in 2 weeks. Heckin' nuts. Trump has increased tariffs on China to 245%, which is banana. It doesn't even matter at this point. Just make it 420 just for the memes. Make it 6,900 just so, like, no one's gonna. It's not gonna matter. That being said, yeah. So Definity again, it's up 10%. Let's see what the rest of the market is doing, because I'm not really. Oh, we're at 85K. All right. So yesterday, after Jerome Powell had spoken. Oh, hang on. I got an email from. How much? All right, 148. Good times. All right, 148. So that'll be next week. Okay, cool beans. Where was I? Oh yeah, Bitcoin. Yesterday did not have a great day because you were at like 86,000 almost, and then it went down to like 82 something, and then now that's mostly because Jerome Powell had spoken, or it went down like 83 something, but up to 85.1 now. Although it looks, yeah, about 85.1, give or take, up 1.7% on the day. ETH at around 1,600, up 3.8% on the day. BNB up 2.5, Solana up 7, Tron kind of flat. Dogecoin up 4.5, Cardano up 4.5. Everything else seems to be up, and the ones that are down like 0.5%. OKB, I don't even know what OKB is. It's down 1.3%. If it's down like 0.4% and below, I'll just say it's flat. KuCoin down about 1%. So yeah, there's only a couple of things in the top 100 that are down more than 0.4%. Curve DAO or CRV down 3%, but everything else, so like 90-ish% of it is actually up in like a meaningful way, like 2-3%. Some are even higher than that. Like some are 5. I don't think any are double digits. You have Hyperliquid or Hype, that's 8.4. Near Protocol or Near's up 6.5. Tau, TAO, or Bittensour's up 9. Oh, Render's up 12.7. Okay, good for them. And then FET is up 10% as well. You had Alex Becker yesterday call for like AI cryptos to go boom. So maybe that might have helped it. Let's take a look at Flow. Flow's 3.4%. I'm sorry, 3.35 cents. So really not great here. Not a bad time to get in. Illuvium, same thing. It's like, well, Chavez, wasn't it like $10? Yeah, it's $11.44 now, up 5%. It was still fine. Like it's still fine. Like even at $15, I'd be like, yeah, it's still fine. It's okay. Obviously, this was $40 a few months ago. So let's go back 3 months and see where it's at. Yeah, 3 months ago it was like 40. Obviously, if you go way back, like back to 2021, it had reached like $2,000. So it has gone incredibly low. What's up, Jamar Reese? How's it going, fam? Anyway, let's do OMI here real quick. And we'll get to this. I want to get through the tokens quick, and then we'll get to some of the news. So OMI's very flat on the day, not up or down at all. 1.9 million in volume, $53 million market cap. People are feeling really heckin' bearish about it. Like 86% of people voting think that they are feeling not good about it today. Only 14% saying positive. Number 609. Sorry about that. Number 609 over in the CoinGecko thing over there. And let's take a look at DEVVE. We'll see what the DEVVE has. It's down about 0.2, so it's pretty flat, 63, 64 cents. It does keep getting wicked down to like 60 cents. And you had Believes Crypto yesterday saying that he believes that it can get down to 50 cents and to put the buy orders in at 50 cents. I'm not 100% sure why, because the last couple of times that it had gone down to like 54, 56 cents. And yeah, that the fact that it did that, I don't really understand why he's saying 50 cents. Yeah, even at March 11th, it went down to 54 cents. So I'm not sure why he's saying to put the buy orders in at 50. I just told him straight out, like, I'm going to put the buy orders in like at 55 cents if it does go down there, because you have, obviously it's in a downtrend over the last 3 months. And like big downtrend from up there, like $1.80 to here. But when you take a look from 12 cents all the way up, it's like, okay, at the end of this triangle, where's it going to be? Is it going to break up or down? Because it will do one of the other. It could trade sideways, and that's fine too. And I mean, in the overall market, yeah, it's pretty. In the overall market, it's pretty bleak out there. When do we get the Fed rates cut? I mean, Trump just said, like, I don't know, 6 minutes ago, that if he wanted to replace Jerome Powell, he could, and he would pretty easily. So I was like, okay, curious to see if he wants to put in someone that is more pro cutting rates, because Jerome Powell seems to not want to for whatever freaking reason. China says it's open to talks if Trump shows respect. Good luck with that. BlackRock just bought $38 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. Another whale bought $315 million in Bitcoin. I have a podcast tonight at 8, and I still had some news from yesterday to go over. So I want to go over at least some of that news by tonight. And this way, what's today, Thursday? And this way by Friday, I'll be able to go over and be like, okay, let's do the rest of the news from Thursday night and Friday. Hi, Randy. Hi, all. And yeah, we have to talk about Star Wars, but I'm in 9 minutes already, so we gotta get through this stuff. So for DEVVE, again, does that break up or down? I'm not sure. I'll have a little bit of dry powder on the side to buy at like 55, 56 cents if it goes down there again. There's a chance that it won't. But again, with the overall markets, with the trade war and tariffs and the Fed not cutting rates and Ukraine and Russia still at war, I would expect it to more break down than go up. The real thing is with DEVVE is that it's just an awareness issue more than anything. And as soon as people start to realize and recognize, oh, hey, it might take either for the exchange to actually roll out, or it might take for them to announce who their big partner is. So like 5 months ago, they had 9,000 holders. Now they have 10,000 holders. So it's not, they don't really have a ton of holders, and they grew by about 10%, 11%. And when they did that, like, it took several months to grow 10%. And obviously several months back you had, we were at like 12. No, we might have been at like 30. Let's go back to the charts here and see where we were 5 months ago. What are we? That's 4, 5. So what are we looking at? Mid-December. So mid-December, we were actually close to the same price. We were actually at 67 cents. But if you go another month past that, on mid-November, November 16th, we were at 28 cents. So again, we've done a decent amount of growing in the last couple of months, going even a month below that. In October, we were at 24 cents. And then a month, like mid-September, you were at 14 cents. I remember us going down to 12. But again, so as we grow, so do the charts, and so do the market cap. But again, it's still really, really early because there's not a lot of awareness around it. So the big partnership that they're going to announce, and again, I don't know when, I'm going to guess 90 days before they roll out the exchange. We don't know who the partner is, or it's not public on who the partner is. I'm sure there are people that know. But you do have some of, I don't even want to say the fudders, you do have some of the people that maybe don't like DEVVE for whatever reason, like, oh, even if they have a really big partnership, what type of partnership is it? And is it something that they're going to make money on? Is it something that is going to be absolutely game changing? Is it harmless? Is it something that's really going to up their revenues? I honestly don't think it really matters, because when they announce that big partnership and then you suddenly have millions of eyes on this, do I expect 1 million people to buy it right away? No, but do I expect tens of thousands of people buy it? Yes. Then you'll have listings, and again, those green candles will just get more and more green candles. I don't care about that. Okay. Let's take a look at Shiro and then Decat, and then we'll start going over these news. Shiro's up about 3% on the day, and they have 1.5 million in volume, $10.4 million market cap. So again, it's trading similar to what OMI is trading at, as far as a 1.5, between $1 and $2 million in trading volume each day. Typically, Shiro and OMI tend to have a little bit more than that each day, especially when people really buy. But again, Shiro's just on a ton more exchanges: LBank, Ourbit, XT, Bilaxy, non-KYC. Now they're on some of the same exchanges like Gate.io, MEXC, Bitmart, etc. But just they're on a couple of more exchanges, and they'll get more probably next year after they release some stuff, after they get a couple more green candles. And I'm pretty sure that both Shiro and OMI will get listed on the DEVVE exchange at some point. So I'll keep you guys posted on that when they roll it out, what the criteria is. But discussions are being had, and we'll get deeper into those discussions closer to that rollout. Like, no need to go in and try to confirm stuff and have things done now, when the exchange might not roll out for like another 6 months. Again, it could roll out in 4 months. It can roll out in 8 months, 7 months. It'll be before the end of the year. Anyway, let's go to Decat. Actually had a trying to further extend our relationship with Crappy Bird. $671 in volume, so not a lot at all. $453,000 market cap. So there's a bunch of these that I'll be going and getting tattoos for. Shiro, when it reaches $100 million market cap, just a 10x from here. Decat having to do like a 22x from here, from $453,000 market cap to a $10 million market cap. This is, again, up 3.5%, which is not bad. But I think just a lot of that is just because it's paired with ETH. And as ETH goes up, this will go up. So that will be really good when ETH starts to really pump and get to new all-time highs. This will just pump just regardless of that. So I'm pretty happy for it. Happy that they did that. If I could wind it back, maybe we'd release on Base, just because that's a place where everyone seems to really support each other. I really like that. And like I said, Decat, I had a conversation with the head artist today. Some of it looks really good. And little things to be tweaked here and there. Guys, I originally said like June might be ready. It's not the way unless we get like more artists, which is fine. We might not be ready. Like again, art is just to get some of the detail and the look, and it's beautiful. It's worth the wait, but it's slow. I would say based on this pace, like October. But I think what we'll do is as we get more people on board, we'll go in and hire another artist or more artists, and then we'll go and be like, okay, here's what we can do. And as we go in and do that, we'll try to pick it up. Might need to raise a little bit of money, so we'll see. We'll see. Moving on here after DeCat. Okay, I did all that. Let's go to the rest of the news here. Is that? Oh, yeah. All right. So yesterday, Fanny Carbonell posts, I wish they had made the 4th and 5th film from Fantastic Beasts. Every time that comes up, I do think of Fanny. Speaking of which, it is Fanny's birthday today. So everyone comment, happy birthday, Fanny, down below. I'll take a picture. I'll send it to her. Our favorite VeVe and OMI actress. Jerome Powell spoke yesterday, and again, nothing about rate cuts. I'm pretty sure that's why President Trump is just like, okay, come on, if you're not going to play ball and help us out here with the economy, like China's doing that. China, now granted, China's government owns the businesses that are all in China, and obviously America doesn't. But yeah, if they're the ones that are going off and saying like, yeah, we're going to print all this money, inject it into the economy, and local governments are selling off Bitcoin. Like they're doing what they need to do to help their economy in this trade war. And Jerome Powell's just not doing that. With the push of a button, the flick of his pen, he can cut rates and then just, oh my God, the economy would boom like no other, regardless of what's happening with the tariffs. And he's just not doing that. So I think Trump is really frustrated about that. And I think that's why he's kind of threatening him with it. Japan does agree to negotiate a new trade deal with the U.S. I think they're doing Italy today. I went over Candy Digital being acquired by Futureverse. I made a whole video about that yesterday, and just what are the consequences of this acquisition? What are the potential consequences of VeVe getting an offer or VeVe actually offering to buy others? Again, I did 2 videos yesterday. One was just like a veterans, it was like a how people aren't ready. Retail is not in crypto yet. And then also that really weird thing with Katy Perry and the Blue Origin and the space and the door. I get some conspiracy stuff there. But then another video I did that I released this morning was about breaking it all down. It's like a 20-minute video about the Futureverse, the consequences for VeVe, and what happens if VeVe were to get acquired, and what happens to the tokens, what happens with David, et cetera, et cetera. Again, I go all over it in that video from this morning. Kuma saying, what's up, Randy? Love your hustle and grind. Why, thank you. Yeah, in the last like 18 hours, I went live for 2.5 hours yesterday. I did a video that I released at midnight, another video that I released at 7:30 this morning, a live right now, and then a podcast tonight at 8 p.m. So for everyone that watches all my stuff, hello, thank you, I love you. I know watching me is like a full-time job, but again, super love y'all. Turtle saying, what is the quantity of Real Randy videos that is safe to consume in one day? Well, I used to do 4 videos a day. And then I had to legit tell people when I was going like on a trip somewhere, because they would like get nervous and my DMs would blow up if there weren't like multiple videos a day. Like, you all right, fam? Feeling sick? Who's kidnapping you? I was like, guys, just going away for the weekend with a girlfriend. Like, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, hey, May the 4th be with you. A couple weeks early for that. Couple weeks early, but yeah, super enjoy. Actually, let's get to that real quick before I go over the rest of the news. All right, sorry, I just had to take a picture of that. Before I go over the rest of the news, we have because sorry. Oh yes, happy birthday, fan. We love her. We love her. Okay. VeVe celebrates Star Wars month. A series of digital collectibles drop. Now they said month. And there's probably multiple things going on with this here, because again, there's so many people we haven't gotten. We haven't gotten Darth Maul, we haven't gotten Qui-Gon Jinn. This just in the first movie, we haven't had Watto, the pod racing, which we'll go over in here, but even not just the pod racers, the pods themselves. You have Odie Mandrell, like outside of Anakin, you have Odie Mandrell, you have the Sebulba, you have that large dude. He's got 4 engines. That's like the only thing that's as fast, if not faster, than Anakin's pod racer is the one with 4 engines. If you've ever played the game, it was a really fun game. You had a rumble pack. You had to have really, really good reaction time, because you didn't see the game like, okay, here am I, and here's everything else. You looked at it from a top-down point of view, and you got like half a second to be able to go right, left. There was a rooster in there. But anyway, that one dude with the 4 engines, the one that never really got off of the starting track, that was like the fastest cart, I think. Actually, let me go and check. Let me go and check. Pod Racer 4 engine. Fidget Star Wars Pod Racer, the Quadrupod Racer images. I put Pid Racer. That was my bad. I think it's this guy. Oh shoot. Yeah, it is this guy. You can barely tell who he is there, but he's the one that has the four engines over there. And I honestly, I should play that game, because that game's really, really fun. Here's a better picture of him. And that's one of the fastest pod races ever. So I don't know if we'll get him. I don't know if we'll get Anakin. I don't know if we'll get Sebulba, but let's go over the rest of the article just to see here. May the 4th be with you. On Star Wars Day, May the 4th, fans across the world united to celebrate the saga that changed cinema forever. This year, VeVe's taking Star Wars digital collecting to the next level, like never before. Get ready for a full month of Star Wars digital collectibles and comics, featuring legendary characters, iconic vehicles, and unforgettable moments from across the galaxy's rich history. The journey begins on May 4th. Mark your calendars. Starting Star Wars Day, May 4th, VeVe will unveil an action-packed lineup of multiple drops, each one immersing fans deeper into the Star Wars universe. Whether you're drawn to the might of the Empire, the speed of the pod racers, or the legends of Mandalore, there's something for every collector. Now, just because we're on Mandalore, okay, well, we'll go over all of the Mandalorians, or we'll at least go over some of them, but I'm really curious if we're going to get the Darksaber. Can you have Darth Maul not only with the double-bladed sword? Can you get him with the Darksaber as well? Can you get Mando? There's so many different things. It's going to be so heckin' cool. Anyway, when is it coming? You're going to have a Troopers blind box on May 4th. That is a lineup of elite troopers. They don't go into detail on the elite troopers telling their own story of survival and legacy and battle. Like, are we going to get fives? Are we going to get the characters from the Clone Wars? It has yet to be revealed. But again, I'll keep you posted on it as it gets closer. That we might not actually get details on this until the week of May 4th, which I believe is that's a Sunday. I think that's Tina Garcia's birthday, or maybe that's her party. I have like a whole bunch of dates in here for Tina's birthday. I don't know why. All right. Anyway, that is going to come off the heels of Token 2049 over in Dubai. I was asked by several people if I was going or VeVe was going, and I don't think they are, at least not officially. There might be somebody there that is going unofficially, because there's a lot of people that are going. And if they do go unofficial, like this would have been great. Like VeVe doesn't need to officially be there. What they probably, or what I would have liked them to do, would be to say like, oh, hey, just send one person over there, just to go in and spread the word of VeVe, like all day, every day at these conferences. See if they can go and speak, say like whatever, just to get them out there. Again, they don't need the whole team. They don't need a booth. Even at a lot of these other things, like last year, it was rumored that VeVe was not going to go to San Diego again, just because of the overhead costs. Like the cost of acquisitions to onboard people was just so high. But I guess they determined, because obviously they're going this year, they determined that it wasn't really just about the acquisitions. It was about having a presence there and, kind of just paying dues, that type of deal. I hope they would do that for 2049. But again, VeVe and Akomi are separate companies. VeVe probably wouldn't do that. It would have to come from Akomi, because it is a token place. Anyway, Star Wars Trooper helmets featuring the cross-section Stormtrooper helmet, an enhanced digital collectible that unveils the hidden interior of the Imperial armor in augmented reality and AR. So that is pretty cool. These are one of the things, though, that I would have liked to have over in the VeVeverse. Like, and I know this is completely for the Star Wars IP, and it's Star Wars IP, so they might not be able to accept OMI, or they might not have to burn it. But these are the types of things that I would like in the VeVe-verse, where if you go and you say, hey, I have OMI, let me trade my OMI for an accessory like a hat, and then that OMI get burned. Obviously, it doesn't have to be Star Wars. It could be a cap that says VeVe. It could be a beanie. It could be a cap. It could be a cowboy hat. It could be a thing of toilet paper like they had in Among Us. Just something like this is what I would hope to have in the VeVe-verse. But they're giving it to us here beforehand. So, let's see what people think of that. Mandalorian, digital collectibles, and diorama. Now, they do say digital collectibles and diorama. In the next sentence, they say, honor the legacy of Din Djarin, Grogu, and the Warriors of Mandalore with the special character and scene-based drop. Now, I don't know if it's one of those things where, hey, you have the Punisher, and then you have their little diorama thing. You have the, what's that called? The Assassin's Creed characters, and then you have like the little diorama. I don't know if it's going to be like that. It would make sense that it is like that, just because that's the way the rest of them were built. But just the way that it reads, it could leave it open for interpretation. Like, well, you have the base scene-based drop with the characters already in it. And again, I'm not sure which way they're going. They weren't too specific with that. But again, it is most likely the former, where you do get the characters, and then there's a little scene that, like, the Sabretooth has the cave. You know what I'm talking about. Either way, Din Djarin, aka Mando, and then you do have Grogu, that's Baby Yoda. And they say the Warriors of Mandalore. I don't know exactly which ones are going to come out of there. I don't know if it's going to be before the war on Mandalore. I don't know if it's going to be after with Katie Sackhoff, with her characters. So we'll see on that. I don't know why I have Kate Bishop on the mind. Young Avengers? I don't know. So we'll see. And I don't know if they're going to have them in different uniforms. I don't know. Because again, you have multiple characters that it seems here. I would like Grogu in his normal, garb, his little thing. I would also like Grogu in his little Mandalorian armor. I would like Grogu in the little pod. I think it'd be cool if they interacted together. If they were to go in and just say, like, hey, wherever you put Mando, Grogu in his pod kind of follows because it tracks. I think that type of stuff would be pretty cool. But we'll see. And then pod racers. Again, I told you we'd get back to it. Experience the high-speed thrills of pod racing in AR with digital collectible recreations of these legendary vehicles from the Phantom Menace. Okay, so it is going to be from those. Again, are we going to get the characters and the actual racers, or are we just going to get the pods? I don't know. We'll see. Mandalorian #1 digital comic framed in collectibles. Special digital drop featuring VeVe exclusive covers and framed digital collectible component, perfect for Star Wars comic enthusiasts, and more. But wait, there's more. Don't miss out. VeVe celebrating, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I guess there's other stuff that we're going to get that's not in here. Maybe a couple more lightsabers. Like, again, I don't see really the reason why to give us the Kylo Ren lightsaber without giving us Kylo Ren. Same with Mace Windu. Same with Yoda. It will be really fun to give the Yoda lightsaber to Grogu. I don't know if Luke ever gives that to Grogu. He might in the future. Like, that's something that you're going to expect Grogu to go in and do, is going to be able to wield that type of lightsaber. Obviously, he can't do a normal one. It's just too big, so he has a special one. And it's just, oh my God, it's so badass. Again, he is only like 50-something years old. And because his race, like the Yoda race, lives to be like 800 or 900 years old, then yeah, it makes sense that he would become a master probably by the time he's 100, because now he's able to use the Force with Force tricks. And he had actually learned a lot of this stuff like when he was like 20 or 30, and he just forgot about it. And then when Mandalorian picks up, it is well after the Order 66, and he just remembers like really quickly. I don't know how long it's going to take him to be able to do like the God tier stuff like Yoda did. Like, how when Count Dooku went in and shot lightning at Yoda, even like Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is like one of the best Jedi like ever, didn't go and try to absorb it or redirect it. He just tried to use his lightsaber and says, that's not going to work on me. Yoda going in and redirecting it back at Dooku. Dooku went and put his hand up and he redirected that lightning. So that's something that you can do, I guess, as a Sith or a Jedi. And then again, but Yoda having that God tier level taking that lightning in and using it to recharge himself. It's like, oh my god, it's like Mega Drain from freaking Pokemon. It was so cool. There is another type of lightning that you can do that is not Sith related, and he might be able to do that at some point. Like, you don't have to learn the power of the dark side to do the normal type of lightning. There's Sith lightning, and then there's another type of lightning. I forget what it's called. Aaron, if you're there, still there, comment down below what that is. Bobby's here. What Mama's saying, happy birthday, fan. We love the Fanny. She's bae. And may the fourth be with you for a smooth drop. Good night, chicken, says Shiro. Hashtag Shiro. $sign Shiro. Meow, meow, meow. What else we got here? Frame collectible. Okay, so that's the Star Wars stuff. Let us do. Where else were we here? Is this today? Yes, it is. Excuse me. True Tech Junkie saying custom built digital dioramas showcasing iconic themes, your space, your style, hiccups, your collectibles fully realized. Watch a Guru saying China says the U.S. must stop threatening and blackmailing if it wants to negotiate a trade deal. Good luck with that guy. Video, Ash Crypto. Yep, Bitcoin back above 85K. Mentioned that before. U.S. President Trump does say that he will make a deal with China. He doesn't say that he's open to a deal. He's saying, no, we will make a deal. But he hasn't, to my knowledge, he hasn't reached out to China. China hasn't reached out to him. I think he's just saying that in the grand scheme of things, it's going to happen. Walker World. I don't know why I screenshot Walker World. Senator Josh Hawley to reintroduce a bill to ban Congress from trading stocks. That is sorely needed. Sorely needed. What's up, Twinksy? Happy birthday, fan. Oh, yes. We love people saying happy birthday, Fanny. Let's go in and let's take that picture now. Let's tell her all about it. Let's. Do you ever? Okay, let me do this way as well. Okay, and I'll send that to the Fanny. Let's. Where's she at? Girl, tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world, or do you need more? Ain't there something else? I said they love you. Shiro Cat family members, like and subscribe. 100%, like and subscribe. All right, let's move on here. Trip. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, toaster. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, excuse my language. Sorry. Oh, wait, hold the freaking phone. Voodoo. I'm sorry. I just had to realize something that I had to. Oh my gosh. Toaster. Okay, there we go. Sorry. My meth. Has anybody DEVVE getting in the feeling cute today? Might delete later about. I don't know what was going on with the trend of people talking about their fur post. Like, wouldn't it be cool if my profile picture was fur? DeCat did it, Shiro did it, even DEVVE did it. So it was ubiquitous enough, and this was clearly made with AI. It was ubiquitous enough that even someone like DEVVE got in on the trend. Wish VeVe would have. Anyway, DEVVE Exchange goes and posts, how is the DEVVE Exchange revolutionizing lending? No smart contracts equal lower tax implications. You have on-chain legal protections for collateral. There's less risk to lenders, fully KYC and secure liquidity pools, and private key and theft protection built in. This is what DeVise is bringing to the table with the DEVVE Exchange. Link down below to go in. It's like the first link down there to go in and say, hey, I have a great idea. I'm going to sign up for this exchange. And when you sign up for the exchange, you get this raffle ticket. And if you do the rest of the tasks over that it asks you to do, you get up to like 55 raffle tickets. And Chavez, what are these raffle tickets for? You could win a freaking PlayStation 5. You could win $5,000 worth of DEVVE, or you can win an NFT worth thousands of dollars, or like a hat, and most likely you'll get a shirt or whatever if you win. But still, I think it's worth it just to do that. And for the people here that are not yet over in the VeVe fam, and you want 10 free gems, link down below to go and use that. Take those 10 free gems and do whatever you want. DeCat in the house. And it says Meow Force is here. Yeah, we got DeCat, we got Shiro, we got the Meow Force. All right, sorry. Moving on. Man, didn't buy, went over Candy Digital. China's local government sells seized crypto to refill public coffers despite trading ban. David talking yesterday on the NFC summit that is going to be at Portugal, and David has asked me a couple of times, "Will you be at Portugal?" So it sounds like it's going to be a really, really big thing. I unfortunately won't be able to make it to what is it to London, and unless something turns around super quickly, I likely won't be able to make it to 95% won't be able to make it to Portugal again, unless things turn around like super quickly, and you have DEVVE just go to the moon, or Definity go to the moon, or OMI go to the moon. But I really don't want to sell my OMI for quite a long time. Even San Diego, I'm having like kind of going back and forth. I'm like, should I go? Because I'm just really not sure. A lot of people seem to be going to Portugal, like they're swapping out their San Diego trip for Portugal. Like, hey, I would have gone to San Diego, but because I'm going to Portugal just the month before, a lot of people are choosing to not go to San Diego, so I might not even go there. We'll definitely be at New York and Vegas towards the end of the year, though, so I'll keep you guys posted with that. It's a natural move. Senator Mike Lee calls to abolish the IRS and Federal Reserve. Not even 100% sure who he is, but anyone that wants to do that is my friend. The U.S. is now using negotiations with 70 plus countries to block China's trade routes. VeVe official posted about she hunts in the shadows. Mamba saying you should see the look on your face, Panther. And again, I cannot believe that my comment is going to be so good, because if you're allowed to have scantily clad women and cursing and death, especially with the stuff that Evermind does, DeCat's going to be really, really fun. Can't wait for y'all to read it. Russian Finance Ministry calls to create its own crypto stablecoin. There's a new VeVe feed community contest celebrating the creativity and community every week. Retweet, like, and vote. Also, VeVe, did you get my? I don't think I messaged you. I think I messaged Aaron. Yeah, VeVe, check Aaron, check your DM, your personal DM, because I gave you yesterday's winner for this week. And the challenge feature article will publish tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with full details. Stay tuned, 100%, 100%. Speaking of other stuff that's being published, once again, an amazing fire week in the VeVe app feed. Our mods have searched and found 12 awesome random picks. Vote for the username, your most favorite, in the comments below. The user with the most mentions will receive a random prize. So go in and do that. Voting ends on 19 April, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Where was I? Yo, what's up, VeVe Las Vegas? My man. Can't wait to go to Vegas this year. It's going to be great. Last year was fun. Hello, friends. Meow, meow, meow. Sheeb Soul says Shiro is coasting through chaos, like always, 100%, especially with that green wall buy y'all did. Fantastic. Heads up, United States has generated a total of $21 billion in tariff revenue since President Trump took office, and that in conjunction with Doge has saved $328 billion as of today, as of right now. So again, wild times, a lot of savings happening, a lot of really good stuff happening for crypto. It's just not happening in a way that markets like, that will make it go up. It'll be great for the future, but right now it's just, it's a rough time for people. I understand. Rough times. Raul Paul says, I know many of you want to see the updated version of Bitcoin versus global M2 chart, and here it is. It's just a very small part of the weekly macro investing tool as part of RV Plus. And again, it just shows the bottoming zone that we're currently in. And Raul Powell, smart dude, not only does he continue to buy NFTs, he continues to buy the art. Anytime he posts about the NFTs, I always say, this is really cool. The last one that he posted that had like a Pokemon Porygon episode where it's just red and blue flashing. I was like, oh, it's going to give you a seizure. I was like, hey, this is really cool. It looks like an acid trip, because it does. I would know. And then I say, like, I really like the artists on VeVe, from Jason Naylor to Gary Baseman to Mumbot and all that jazz. And then I go in and I show a couple of the NFTs that I have on VeVe. And again, if I feel like if I go in and comment enough on his post, he might be like, okay, let me check it out. What is, I'm pretty sure he already knows what it is. Maybe he's waiting for the affiliate program. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, sorry. Had to hydrate. Normally I have my egg whites here. However, when I got back from the gym, I just had a big sandwich and a big protein shake. It totaled about 85 grams of protein. So I didn't need more at this time. But that was also about 680 calories between everything. So again, trying not to really go over 1,800 calories a day. I think the lowest I had was 800 calories the other day. Heckin' wild. Saffron the cat saying, "Woohoo, Randy! Yo, what up? What up, fam?" Okay. Again, I'm not going to go too long today. Again, I did a 2.5 hour last night, but I didn't want to go too long today just because I have that live at 8 p.m. tonight, and I'm going to need some stuff to go over tomorrow. So there's still a lot of stuff, but we'll keep it up. We'll keep it up here. Johnny King says the M2 global money supply reaches an all-time high. Bitcoin following the 12-week lead perfectly. This comes off the back of the DXY tanking alongside the yuan while the yen strengthens. More confluence that we've reached the bottom, and we might be. And again, Jerome Powell says the U.S. economy is solid despite uncertainty, and that's one of the reasons why he's not able to go in and cut rates right now. Ash Crypto saying, do you think the U.S. and China will end up making a trade deal, or will it get worse? And I say, based on the TikToks I've seen of the empty warehouses and the Chinese local government selling crypto to refill public coffers, I expect a deal to be worked out in the U.S.'s favor. However, I do expect the war to get a bit worse before it ends. So we'll see what happens. It is wild that 60% of the general admission at Coachella was paid for, like they paid for their tickets with an installment plan, which is wild. And again, Coachella, there are some bougie mother flappers at Coachella. It is wild. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says the job market is in a really good place. Cool. Means absolutely diddly squat for crypto. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says markets will probably continue to see volatility. I told you that one. Jerome Powell says the U.S. federal debt is not at an unsustainable level. I'm not gonna. What are we, like 34 trillion in debt? What is this here? Let's go to the Doge here. I'm sorry, 36.7 trillion in debt. I don't see how that's not unsustainable, but you know what? You do him. Saffron DeCat saying, DeCat linktree.com is all you need to find out all about DeCat. Get in the Telegram, link down below. Love DeCat. I spend a lot of my days there. Oh God, what's that line from The Lion King? For the rest of your days. Hey, Sleepin', my bae. I'm wearing your hat, Sleepin'. I wear your hat everywhere. Because like even there was a photo that came up in my memories the other day, and it was 2 years and 1 day ago, where I'm in Mexico, was celebrating Wendy's birthday, and what do you see there? The OG sleeping hat, the OG with the number 43 on it. Obviously, we've got to represent VeVe as well. I wear your hat everywhere. 1 of 10, 1 of 10, 1 of 10, and now it has the vintage Randy smell on it. Because again, I went to the gym, I came back, I ate, I had the protein shake, and I have not showered yet. I watched like a half an episode of X-Files because it's a great freaking show. It was the New Jersey Devil episode, the earlier season, is like the first season. And then what I do? I came down here, and then here we are. Let's move on here. You have Fanny Carbonell saying, I have an affiliate link for VeVe official platform for selling digital collectibles, Star Wars, Coca-Cola, Lamborghini, and many others to be used in augmented reality. Here is my link, and it's vv.sjv.io/E1EDMR, and you will receive 10 gems. So that is Fanny's. You can use mine, you can use Fanny's, whichever one. Just in, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, and this is yesterday, says that crypto is becoming more mainstream and legal framework for stablecoins is a good idea. Huzzah. Hang on 1 second here. Okay. I don't know if I should go over this. I will go over this. And I probably should have put this in this morning's video talking about the acquisition of Candy by Futureverse, but Did you know that ex OpenAI CTO Mira Murati's AI startup is aiming for the largest seed round ever, and that's with no revenue? Now, you have Jenny Kuta that was waiting for a decade since she became a venture capitalist to see this kind of news for a female founder. Mind you, female founders have only been getting about 2% of the venture capital pie for what feels like forever. This is absolutely groundbreaking. Mira Murati's reported $2 billion seed round for her AI startup. Thinking Machines Lab isn't just unprecedented for a female founder, it's likely the largest seed round in history, period. And yes, that's with no product, no revenue, no roadmap released, just a legendary resume and a bold vision. We'll go over this as soon as I'm done. There's a lot to go over here. Murati's raise doesn't just shatter records, it shatters excuses. It proves investors will go all in when the right woman builds the right thing at the right time. This could mark a true shift in venture capital, one where women finally get funded not because they fit the mold, but because they break it. Let this be the beginning, where women founders don't have to prove 10 times more to get 1/10 as much, where vision is funded, no matter who it comes from, where the 2% ceiling gets cracked wide open. I have a lot of issues with this. Again, Jenny Kuta is extraordinarily successful in what she does. VeVe Magic be sending me all of these unhinged Instagram stories. It's a nightmare fuel for some of them. Anyway, Jenny Kuta says she's been waiting a decade for this since she became a venture capitalist to see this kind of news for a female founder. For her T-ball meme coin, it's a team of all women, and I've seen a bunch of this type of stuff before, and I've seen it work out. Granted, it almost caused an international incident, but one day when I was in Kuwait, we had the Saudi plane come in. Cool. Let me get some of this manifest. Let me get cargo over here. And oh, hey, why ain't you talking to the cargo lead there? She's trying to, like, I don't talk with women. Okay. It's like, I'll talk with you. It's like, I like that is not my section. I give her manifest. She confirms what's on it. And then she's like, this is not my section. I don't work cargo. I worked ramp. You want me to like work with ramp and stuff? And then, it's just like, we just won't talk. So I go in and I dispatch it in. I was like, hey, we're, the Saudi plane over here, the Saudi crew will not work with women. So, if y'all could just like go back and bring out a dude lead, that'd be cool. Yeah, bring her back. All right, cool. We wait, we chill, we talk about how he feels about women driving in the country. He doesn't answer me. Anyway, they don't come back with a dude. They come back with a team of all women. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get shot. We are all going to die. And then the Saudi dude is, and the lady is just like, we're gonna unload this fucking plane, and you're gonna help us or you're not. And he said, oof. And then they did it. They unloaded the plane. They downloaded that cargo, and it was fine. So yeah, sometimes it works out. The stuff that I've been involved with has worked out. That doesn't mean that it's always going to work out. And again, I would much rather, like, I remember years ago when Hillary Clinton was running for president and people were just like, oh, yeah, she couldn't even like satisfy like her man. How's she going to satisfy a whole country? I was like, my guys, like my brothers in Christ, if you're going to insult her about anything or condemn her about anything, make it about her hawkish war policies and not about like could any woman please Bill Clinton? So I would rather invest in someone because of their ideals, their resume, and what they stand to make, what the profit margins could be. I almost never invest in anything that's pre-revenue. Now, again, that's just my thesis here. That's just my custom. Other people can do something different. And again, she does have a killer resume. And if there's anyone that's going to be going and building a successful AI business, it's likely going to be the CTO of a OpenAI. I'm sorry, the ex-CTO of OpenAI. So if there's anyone that could build an incredible business in AI, it's likely going to be her. I don't know if she has kids, if she wants kids. Again, these are things that you have to take a look at, will this be important to her a few years down the line when she's pregnant and has kids? I don't know. But yeah, in finance, there's a lot of, what do you call it? There's a lot of, well, in general, I'll say this, that there is still a lot of people, whether it's in the military, whether it's in finance, whether every part of the world, you do have a small minority of men that are uncomfortable working for a woman, being told what to do by a woman. And I'll say that for the actual masculine men, as long as the person that's telling what to do is smarter than them or knows what the heck they're doing, they don't care who the orders come from. It's like, yeah, sure, that's your call. Yeah, carry that out. Now, that might be the military in me that's just kind of made to follow orders. That might be the pragmatic for me, like, oh, if you're smarter than me, yeah, by all means, tell me what to do. Let's go. I'll do it. But yeah, there are that small minority of men that do not feel comfortable with that and probably don't want to give women that any of their money. They'd rather do it. Yeah, and again, it's like that for just like, oh, why am I giving money to this brown person when I could give something to this white person? If it ain't white, it ain't right. Like you've all heard the stuff. But again, I would rather. So let's continue on here. It's absolutely groundbreaking. Mir Muradi's reported $2 billion seed round for AI startup, Thinking Machine Labs, unprecedented for a female founder. It's the largest seed round in history. AI is just in that narrative. You have one of the top people in the world that's heading it. So I do like it for that. What valuation are they going to give her this $2 billion at? It doesn't say. And that would sway me one way or the other. How much ownership do I get? What are for seed round, how long do I have to hold this for? What do I get? When do you expect revenues? Can we take a look at the code? Can we take a look at this? How does it compare to others? And yeah, so no product, no revenue, no roadmap. And again, you've seen that. I showed that clip yesterday when it's all about, yeah, why would you want revenue when you could be pre-revenue, when you're all about potential? Because once you show revenue, it's never enough. Planet Vampire says, listening to Powell talk is like listening to it's gonna be partly cloudy, chance of rain. Just saying very little and giving little guy. Agreed, sir. VeVe Magic, I was just talking about you. All good things. How you sometimes send unhinged stuff that gives me nightmare fuel with the I sent you a screenshot. I was like, Magic, what is this? And you just laughed at it, at the stuff that will give me nightmares in the future. Okay, anyway. No product. So it says Muradi's raise doesn't just shatter records; it shatters excuses. It proves investors will go all in when the right woman builds the right thing at the right time. I think it could have been. Now, again, this woman has an incredible resume. If she was a dude, if you were a woman and I was a man. Sorry, Bonnie Tyler, love her. If she was a dude, she would likely get a similar raise, just because an ex-CTO of OpenAI is, like, regardless of who they are, is going to be one of the best in the world. Dude, even if she was a dude, it doesn't do they deserve that? I don't know. I mean, give one of the smartest people in the world a couple $1 billion, they're likely going to do something really good with it. So we'll see. But I feel like a lot of this is talking about, hey, finally we have this stuff like for women. And again, I understand that. Remember when I said that tiny substrata of men are intimidated by these women, that are, have an issue with taking orders from women and giving women money? That does happen in finance, the military, whatever, and that is one of like the 17 reasons why there is a gender pay gap. Granted, most of the reason that exists happens to be because men tend to go into STEM fields and women tend to not. And men also tend to be more disagreeable and asking for raises, and they tend to demand more, and women just are more agreeable and they kind of just like, okay. Men tend to work longer hours. They tend to work more dangerous jobs. Women tend to be a little bit smarter about that type of thing. They're like, I don't want to die for this. So they don't work the dangerous jobs. And women are less sociopathic, where men have no issue working 80 to 100 hours a week, and women are just like, y'all can do that. I want to spend time with my family. I want to live my best life. So all of these things and more attribute to that gender wage gap. But again, there is a part of that is because of that, certain small minority of men not liking women, not respecting women. But I feel like Jenny's kind of beside herself on this, saying there's a true shift in venture capital where women finally get funded, not because they fit the mold, but because they break it. I mean, if anyone were to break the mold, yeah, they would get this. But again, pre-revenue, giving someone $2 billion pre-revenue, no roadmap, none of this is wild. It is. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm very excited to see where it goes, though. Am I Senator Palpatine at the end of Star Wars Episode 1? Because we will watch your career with great interest. See, you see that, Magic? I gave you another Star Wars reference there. Magic, you missed it. You missed it. I went full autist like 30 minutes ago talking about Star Wars and the great characters and Odie Mandrell. Anyway, what's up, DB Crypto, saying DeCat? Abe says, hell yeah, first one here. You're like 56 minutes late and you're like several dozen down, but you know what? I appreciate your enthusiasm. Guys, so glitch in the matrix here. Somebody posted on Facebook yesterday about like the letter N in 7-Eleven and it's lowercase. I'm like, no, it's not. So I Google 7-Eleven like images or I just Google 7-Eleven and then I go to images and on all of the images, it's a lowercase n. I was like, why is the Alevi all capitalized and the N not capitalized? Like, is this a recent thing? Like, I distinctly remember back in the day, they were all uppercase. So then I Google, I was like, was the N in 7-Eleven always lowercase? And then the AI overview says, yes, the N in 7-Eleven logo has always been lowercase, but you know what they put in the logo? A capital N. Mandela effect alert. Okay, so anyway, that's just something that was freaking me out yesterday, and I wanted y'all to know. Gary Gensler is now bullish on Bitcoin. I wish that mother flapper would get off my side, but here he is. Also, yesterday, White House Office of Science and Technology Policy Director Michael Kratsios says the U.S. has technology that can manipulate time and space. I rewound that several times. I looked for the transcript. I put, okay, manipulate time and space. I put it into ChatGPT. Is this what it says? Can you confirm? Like, yeah, what it says. This wasn't faulty. It says our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance annihilated. Wipes the sweat off his brow after he goes in and says that sentence. What? Okay, all right. Yesterday was a very weird day. It was very strange. Anywho, let's move on here. Yeah, yesterday you had a $1.5 trillion wiped out from the stock market. Let's see what the market's doing today. Let's go to Yahoo Finance. Yahoo. And then we'll see. Come on now, touch. All right, S&P up 0.5%, Dow down 0.9%, NASDAQ up 0.1%, Russell 2000 up 1.2, crude oil up 3.4, gold down to 3,300, silver 32.46. 10-year bond, okay, all right. Let's take a look at, let's do Tesla, and then we'll do the FANG afterwards. Let's go over the last month here. All right, so we're down to 220, up to 280, down to 220 again, up to 240. 6 months, yeah, we were down below like 200 6 months ago. We're up to 500 like beginning of this year or late last year, and then now down to 239. So Tesla's down 0.6% on the day. Let's do FANG. Let's see what Meta's at. Meta is up 0.32% on the day. Let's do Apple. They're up 1.62. Apple, Amazon. Amazing. Down 0.62. Relatively flat on the day for everyone here. Was it Netflix? Netflix. Up 1.38. And then we'll do the Google Alphabet. and they are down 1.36. Right, not horrible. All right, let's keep going. We have China is importing a record amount of Canadian oil after cutting U.S. purchases by 90% amid trade war. I think they have to, right? I think they have to. Excited for Definity to be on cheeky crypto. The road to a $7 Definity continues. About a 300x from here. Yeah, it's about a 300x from here. So yeah. I believe in a thing called into the rhythm of my heart. All right, let's take a look at Definity. Although I went over it before, up about 9% on the day to 2.3 cents. 6,900 in volume. They're kind. Fanny Carbonell says, thank you, Rand. They are kind, and there are still faithful community members despite the setbacks. It's great to see. I'll give her some of those hearts. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Trade war. China trolls President Trump on X over his tariff policy and the art of the tariffs. It's great. Gary Vaynerchuk. Justin Ryan says, I turned my living room into a full-on blockbuster with Apple Vision Pro, posters, shelves, trailers, the works. This app is called The Real Room, and I love it. If you missed the Friday night video vibe, this brings it all back, kind of building a little blockbuster over there. And then I went in and I said, like, hey, this is really cool. I think it's California Comics, Cali Comics, whatever that account is, the one that made the VeVe, I'm sorry, the Pokemon vending machine as per David's request. I said, hey, they do this on VeVe. And I don't know if anyone saw it. I think he saw it, but that's about it. Trump says big progress is being made on the trade deal with Japan after meeting with Japanese officials. I'm curious to see what Basis for Everyone is doing today, because Basis for Everyone was not doing so hot. Or actually, it was up a lot yesterday. However, oh no, I didn't want to trade. Okay. However, you had some people try to say that it was a rug, and it is up 251,000% today. It is 23 hours old, and I'm sorry, it is up only 251,000% today. And let's do the 4-hour candles. Let's see how that. Okay, well, there's a 4-hour candle. It went crazy and then it went down. So let's do the 1-hour candle, because that might be a bit easier to see. Yeah, it was sniped the fudge up. Okay, mother fudger. All right, it was sniped the fudge up at first, and then you had that big sell down. So everyone thought it was a rug down there, and then it obviously surpassed that, and now it's at a pretty good level, I think. Kind of want to buy it. I should have bought it at $4 million market cap. It's $8 million market cap right now. 41 million in volume, but it does seem to be the one that people are rallying around. And again, you don't just go up 249,000% in one day without making some splashes and making some noise. There's likely going to be some listings for this at some point. Same boat. Yes, Magic, I see your reels. I will go in and I will play those reels, and I will get back to you as soon as I'm done. Yeah. How much left do I have to go over? Oh, we got a little bit to go over here. But it's been an hour. And again, I do have a podcast tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I am going to go and do that. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, VeVe. Thank you, the DEVVE, for going in and talking about that article tomorrow. I'm going to... Okay. All of the kings and the queens on the throne. I was going to sing Bonnie Tyler, but then Ava Max came in, so I guess they sound very similar. When I come around. All right, everyone, comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, for Al Gore's rhythm. Everyone say goodbye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you all. Class dismissed. Tune in tonight. Tune in.